Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Here is just a very simple outfit that I just make. So I decided to show you guys how to do the closing, how to hem the side of the senator outfit. So I want you guys to pay attention to this side. So this is where I'll be doing the closing. As you can see, I already iron it down to make sure it is balanced. You can see that. So after joining the side, I iron it so that it's going to relax and I'm going to get each edges. You can see that. Give it a thorough ironing so that you can have a balance and you can have that fold at that edge. So you guys can see that. So the next thing I'm going to do before I do the closing is I'm going to weave the edges. You can see I'm going to lock stitch those edges from inside, from the sleeve down straight. So on this style, I just do a simple slip back opening at the back of the senator. I'll be making a video on this one, maybe on another video. It's just a very simple thing. So I'll be showing you guys how to close this side slit on the senator. So as you can see, I already weaved the inside. I just lock stitch the inside of the senator. Very simple. So what I'll be doing now is to close the vent. Let me just open it this way so that you can see what I'm doing. So you have the two opening just like that. You can see what we have. So here I'll be folding each of the edges inside. Depending on what you want to fold outside, you will have already add your external inseam allowance there. You can see on this one I'll be folding in 1.5, so I will just be folding the edges as you can see. So I'm just going to fold the edge and I'm going to use an iron to make sure it lay flat very well. You can see that, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other one also and iron it down. So you can see now after ironing it, you can see how it's laid down flat. So I want to show you guys how to do this side closing before we do the final hemming. So that's very important. So just open it and input your hemming gum inside. You can see that. So on this one I'll be putting 2 hemming gum just to make sure it cover up the two sides. You can see. Make sure it's reach the tip of the fabric itself. You can see that. Make sure it's reach the tip of the fabric. And I'm going to do the same thing on this one also. Place your hemming gum. Make sure it go a little bit beyond the slit, the closing of the weave. That's what I mean by that. And make sure the hemming gum actually reach the tip of the fabric itself. That's very important also. So you can see, so I'll just iron it down. So you can see after ironing, you can see how smooth and flat our hem look like. You can see that. So you're going to do the same thing on the other one also. I want to just do this one also before I will do the final hemming, which is the down part. So make sure the side also is balanced, folding your edges. So after ironing it, put in your gum also. So make sure you measure it and you're having exactly the same size on both of the slit. So I'm going to place my hemming gum inside this one also. Make sure you are placing it full. I usually do full hemming gum on the side. so that it's going to like hold it down very well. And so many times I used to like stitch it actually. After a minute, I'm going to like stitch it. Sometimes I use invisible hemming machine, and sometimes I use thread. So let me just zoom in the camera so you can see clearly. Place your hemming gum inside. Make sure it's reach the tip of the fabric itself. Make sure you make sure it's that tip of the fabric. So I'm just going to like iron it. Just make sure it's balanced, and make sure you're using a steam iron. That is very important. Make sure you're using a steam iron, or you can just split water on top of it if you don't have a steam iron. So after closing the both side, as you can see right here, the next thing I'll be closing is going to be the down part, which is the final hemming. But usually what I usually do is I'll measure my length on the fabric itself, then I'm going to fold the hem after I get my accurate length. So you can see. So after I measure my length now, I already fold in the hem. So I'll be folding this one inside according to my measurement. So the total measurement of this fold in is 2.5. So I'll be folding half of an inch inside. So you can see I have 2.5 here. I folded 2.5. So I'll be folding half of an inch inside, which will give me a total of 2 inches for the hem itself. So just fold this in. So you can see I already fold it in, and I'll be putting my hemming gum just right there. You can see what we have. So just simply iron it, and make sure you're using the steam iron is important, and make sure the edges, each tip is balanced. So after the closing of the two, you can see what we have, and you can see how smooth the edges are. So here is when the professional tip kind of like come in. Either way, you can still stitch it if you have a matching thread. I'll advise you to stitch it because sometimes the hemming gum itself could open. So if you have a matching thread, you can just stitch it. Or I usually use an invisible hemming machine. You would have seen it on my video before. So you're just going to use it to like hold it down round. And make sure you're using a matching thread. That's very important. And if you like, you can leave it with the hemming gum. Just make sure you're using an original hemming gum and a good steam iron, or just sprinkle water on it. So that's about it on this video. If you like it, give it a thumb up, and if you're yet to subscribe to the channel, subscribe and turn on the notification bell to get notified of a video like this.